back to Tousi TV, your global news channel. I'm Maya Tousi and I'm in central London. I've come to London on business, a little bit risky, all on my own. And we have some updates coming from the continent of Europe. Ladies and gentlemen, things are not looking too well. The liberal backlash has already started. The liberal globalist elites in Germany are now trying their best to once again try to ban the AfD, the Alternative for Deutschland, the right-wing party that is anti-establishment and of course fighting on a more populist platform. There's a lot of reaction to this. Essentially what we've had is cross-party MPs are getting together in Bundestag to do a motion to essentially say that the AfD and their platform is unconstitutional. So they're using the constitution as a mechanism to fight against democracy, which makes no sense, because if the AfD as a political party, or any party, any right-wing or left-wing party, do operate on a platform that is against the constitution, then it makes sense. But it's not, they're not working against the constitution. Major part of the AfD is actually to defend the constitution. Now, the AfD have done a lot over the last few years to clean up their own party. We've had Alice Weidel, the leader, who's done a great job in terms of obviously making the party more professional. And there were members in the past who were, let's just say, more controversial, right? And there were a number of people who were ethno-nationalists in the AfD. They're not anymore, and they are essentially nationalists, they are patriots. They believe in making Germany great again, but doesn't necessarily mean that they are national socialists. Firstly, they're not socialists. They are simply nationalists. If you go around and point out that every party, any political party in the West that is nationalist and say that's against the constitution, then what is the point of a constitution? Because the constitution in Germany, in the UK, in the US, in Canada, is there to protect the nation. That's literally the whole point. So if you believe in the nation and your nation state, then that means you're a nationalist. The constitution is nationalist by default. Now, the fascinating part about this story is that while the MPs, the politicians, cross-party are trying to ban AfD, saying it's unconstitutional, yesterday and today, massive debates in Bundestag. We had the conservative side, the centre-right party, CDU, who had to essentially, Friedrich Merz, the leader, had to get the support from AfD to introduce a new tough measures on immigration. So when it suits them, they use the AfD because they need their support, their parliamentary support. And then obviously Friedrich Merz and the CDU got massively attacked by the Social Democrats, by the Greens, but all the other left-wing parties and so-called centrists. And what happened was Friedrich Merz, the leader of CDU and the others, essentially came out and apologized for getting support from the AfD for this vote, the anti-immigration measures, and saying, we condemn the AfD, but yeah, we did use their votes. I'm like, so what is the point of this? They are playing them. Obviously, this was a huge victory for AfD because it was their idea to push for this, for more immigration measures. But now we have a situation where they're saying, yeah, so thank you for the support, but we're going to work with the other parties to fight against democracy, to ban you. It's not democratic. They know they can't beat the right-wing populist movements because there's a massive rise in Europe. I'm trying not to get hit by a car. What's going on here? There's a massive rise in Europe, especially in Western Europe now. People are waking up, and obviously more conservative nationalist waves using populist platforms to actually listen to the populace. That's the whole point. They are listening to the will of the people. And now the liberal globalists are saying, yeah, we don't like this. So what do? We can't beat you completely. We can't eliminate you democratically. So the only option is try to cancel you. Cancel culture didn't work. I mean, it did for a few years. When it came to the National Rally in France with Marine Le Pen, when it came to Nigel Farage, technically, to an extent. I mean, it's not as radical compared to like Marine Le Pen or Alice Weidel. but for the British standards. And now, obviously, AfD in Germany. They've been doing that for a few years. It kind of worked because it was a bit of a taboo to be a supporter of Marine or Alice, all the others. I mean, they even tried to do the same thing with Meloni in Italy. They were going around saying Giorgia Meloni is a fascist in Italy. I mean, she's a conservative nationalist. That's all she is. And now they're saying, well, we have to find mechanisms. Cancel culture didn't completely work, so let's use the constitution against it. So they've been doing, obviously, a lot of the police raids, their offices. They did the same thing with Marine Le Pen and her party. They will find any excuse, any tiny mistake that you make as a right-wing party, they will come for you. Whereas the liberal left and the establishment, they continue to do corruption, they continue to do misconduct, but it's okay because it's them. I mean, a perfect example is Hunter Biden and the Biden family in general in the United States. Apparently, it doesn't really matter if they are a criminal family because they're on the liberal side. But tiny mistakes, I mean, you've seen what's happened, for example, with Tommy Robinson in the UK. They use technicalities against you, contempt of court, now propped up charges for terrorism charges against them. They use anything, any tiny misstep that you make, they'll use it against you. But when it comes to the other side, they don't care. There's already a super chat. Where is the super chat? Oh, I can't bring it up for some reason. There we go, found it. Why by the same logic, Islamic texts couldn't be banned? Not really sure what this relates to. Sorry, it's out of context. I think if this relates to the whole constitution thing, for example, saying the AfD is not constitutional, so my arm is tired. Hang on, let me just stand here. There we go, much better. Oh, I think I'm getting weak now. Getting weak and old, guys. Also, I'm pretty sure it was a little bit warmer when I left the house. It's freezing again. What's going on? Come on, Greta Thunberg, do your job. Where's my global warming? So, yeah, if you're talking about the using the constitution thing, yeah. The Islamic ideology, for example, that's spreading around the Western European countries, that should be more unconstitutional. Sharia is unconstitutional. Sharia courts, unconstitutional. All these things. But obviously, they don't care. What they care about, their fear, is the rise of the conservative populist right. And they're just going to call you fascist. They don't actually even understand, on an intellectual level, the definition of fascism or National Socialism. None of these parties want to nationalize the industries or increase the size of the state or increase taxation. All these policies were fascist policies. They don't want to bring down free speech. These were fascist policies. But obviously, they will just label you things, nonsense, just to stop you and stop the debate. Anyway, we are where we are with this. Hang on. Getting old. Getting old and tired, ladies and gentlemen. All right, what's going on in the live chat? Before I leave you guys, love you and leave you. Yeah, I'm so cold, too cold. Roger says, two-tier everything. One rule if it fits their narrative, another if it doesn't. I agree. What else do we have with these guys? Yeah, there's a lot of reaction in terms of what they're doing to democracy. It's funny because they say that the nationalist side or conservative side are a threat to democracy, where they themselves are obviously a threat to democracy. Somebody asked if I'm going to our own rally on the 1st. Yes. I mean, if our team, obviously, we got Tommy's people and good people like Richard and many others and behind the scenes arrange the Saturday's rally. Of course I'll be there because I have to make a speech. So I'll be there. I'll do a report for you guys before when I get there. If you're joining us, Waterloo Station, London, from midday, this Saturday, 1st of February. And obviously following the report, I will also be on the stage making a quick speech. So when will you be visiting the United States? Wow. Got big plans when it comes to the US. Don't worry, guys. So I'll be in the US. I'll definitely be in the US in September. I know that's a while away. But I'll try my best to get there in the summer as well. We got big plans. We have, I can confidently say we have secured and recruited someone new on Tousi TV, our first ever White House correspondent, which would be good going forward to have somebody in the White House with a press pass to ask questions. Obviously, when I get myself to the US as well, I'll try to get to the White House as well for a couple of press conferences. So we've got big plans for the expansion in the US, and we'll make the announcements obviously soon. But yes, I mean, even in terms of the reach of Tousi TV, we got big plans in terms of going towards Europe as well as the United States. Hopefully, we're going to actually set up branches, so we could actually, so you can actually stay informed on Tousi TV, the global news channel. Right, I'm now going to go in here. Can I go in here? Yeah. All right. I'm going to go back, going to get on the train, and I will see you guys later on. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Tousi, and